Hello, it's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. I'm in a different location today in my house. This is the spare bedroom, and this is where my desk is actually. My computer is here. My bills are here. It's good to have a place for things. Yes, it is. So, anyway, I just want to come on today, and because today is February 1st, it's 2024, and this is my 32nd day of the uh, hashtag Three Rivers Pantry Challenge. So I wanted to share with you what I have actually spent on food, groceries. Um, I try to, in this total, I've tried to exclude my pet food, which is partially people food, but that's kind of hard to exclude that because it's part of the groceries. But I'll explain that to you. But anyway, for the month of January, the entire 31 days, I spent a total of $48.86. Now, part of that was fresh produce, and which I was able to purchase at Jewel Osco, and which also included the chicken. I bought chicken thighs because they were marked down. Those chicken thighs are not only for me, they're for my little critters, the cats and dog. So I don't buy soft food for the cats. I usually just cook them something, which is can be chicken. If I'm not cooking them something, I'm cooking the meat. I'm buying tuna for them, which is, people tuna. I can eat that as well. I rarely do, but I can. So that was a total of $9.69 went for chicken. That's out of the $48.86. But all the rest of this cost is food. So, excuse me, I feel pretty good about that. My most recent purchase being the 2 packages of bacon that I picked up at Quick Star. I did put those in the freezer, so that was a shopping at Quick Star, Jewel Osco, and Aldi. So there's like 3 receipts here. At Aldi for food, I purchased some sausage, some onion, dried onion, turkey, tortillas, hot dogs, salmon, eggs, long grain white rice, and cheese singles, some mozzarella, and some extra sharp cheddar, as well as 4 pounds of sugar, which, oddly enough, I haven't opened that up yet. And this was purchased on the 11th. I did not make any purchases prior to January 11th. So I feel pretty good about that. Now, I just want to talk for a few minutes about how the challenge is going for me. I am not, the challenge personally for me is not difficult. It isn't stressful to participate in this challenge. The reason being, this is pretty much how I live all the time. I live this way every day. I actually spend very little on food. The most that I've spent on food in a while was just prior to New Year's. It was Christmas and the end of December, because it was the holidays, and so I knew that I would have company coming in and out, and I wanted to have, fun things, and I knew that I was going to be making some food as well, so I wanted to have some special things. So I did spend more then, but in a given month, it's pretty much how I live. Now, I do have some receipts for some household items like toilet paper, paper towel, cleaning items, things like that that you buy on a regular basis. I purchase those once a month. So I do have some receipts for those, and also regular pet food like dry pet food, tuna for the cats, and things for my little dog, as well as treats for them. So I had purchased those along with my paper goods. I did have to get a bottle of vitamins. I was out of vitamin C, so I had to get that. Now, for me, this is an everyday way of life, especially since since 2020. I ran across a few notes that I had made in the end of 2020 and early part of 2021, how I changed the way I do things. And that in 2020, I started building my preparedness pantry, my little store in the basement, because I didn't want to be caught short when it comes to foodstuffs. And also, although I've canned off and on for years and years, I kind of upped my game on the canning end of it and made sure that I had canned beans and things that could be canned, not necessarily from garden produce, meat, things like that. So I didn't want my shelves to be empty. So I began to implement in earnest those skills that I developed over many years in food preservation. So that was a really good thing. I don't regret that. And since 2020, I have continued that process. And I'll tell you something, if you don't have a preparedness pantry, or if you're in a position where you're thinking about maybe starting one, please do. It seems a little daunting at first, but then as time goes by and you're able to build it up, it gets easier for you. It gets much easier until it's just commonplace. It's just something that you do. And also, you learn after that first year, you learn exactly what you need, exactly what you eat, what you use all the time. And because in building a pantry, there's a lot of impulse buying that you can get caught up in. And especially if you're listening to preppers, nothing against preppers. Preppers are a good thing. But if you're listening to things that they recommend, it can get quite expensive. And frankly, me personally, I just don't have the means for those kinds of expenditures. So, and also my pantry is a revolving pantry. It's a pantry that gets used, and I'm continually working through my things. I'm continually using them. So I don't have pantry items that are going to sit there and be good, a bucket of something that I ordered from somewhere that's going to be good for 10 years. I think that's fine. If you can afford that, if you can do that, that's a fine thing, but I don't have those things. Now, with the challenge, I have found it a bit of a challenge which I think I always do, in that I end up with, especially when I'm cooking meals or reusing leftovers, I find it a bit of a challenge because I end up with too much food. Does that make sense? So ending up with too much food isn't a great thing either, because then you have to use it and you have to work through that food. I haven't bought a lot of produce because I have to work through that produce. And generally it's just me. Sometimes I have company, or if my younger daughter comes for the weekend or whatever, then I can use more of those things, which is great. But oftentimes I just can't. It's not can't, but I have to really be diligent about using those things. And I'm a person, I don't like waste. I go through my refrigerator every week, do that little inventory, which I recommend on the channel, to keep track of your food so you're not wasting food and you're not throwing food away. We don't want to do that. So anyway, I think that's it. I just wanted to touch base with you on that. You can let me know in the comments what you think. If you're in the challenge, have you spent any money? How much have you spent? Do you feel good with that? Or is it just something that you feel like you could do better with? I don't know. I'm going to go through the month of February. I'm going to do the best I can. However, if I find a good bargain on meat or something I can use for my freezer, you will just better believe that I'm going to be on that, because just because I'm going through my pantry doesn't mean that I'm still not stocking my pantry, because I am. Okay? All right, that's it for me today. I love you guys. You know I do. I hope that you do know that little is much when God is in it. Just persevere. Just keep going. And please, if you can like this video, that would be great. If you can subscribe and hit the notification bell, that would be awesome as well. And share. Please share, because it helps me out, and I think that my videos would help somebody else as well. Okay? All right. I love ya, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. And be sure and comment, because I like to read them. Okay. Love ya. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.